Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, Your Language Buddy. Well, from today, I'm going to start a video lecture series on Maharashtra State Board 12th English. Well, to begin with, I'm going to select section 2 of poetry from the textbook. As Leonardo da Vinci stated, painting is mute poetry and poetry is a blind picture. It means poetry is a speaking picture. So without wasting time, let's start with the first poem from the Unit 2, The Song of the Open Road. It is written by Walt Whitman. Whenever I think about this poem, there is another poem that comes in my mind. That is The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Robert Frost very cleverly gives us a choice of selecting the road. But irony is that whichever way we go, we are going to miss something good on the other path. But here in this poem, Walt Whitman talks not only about the choices but also challenges of journey. So let's explore this journey. Everybody loves traveling, exploring new places and meeting new people. Road is medium of reaching your destination or goal. So here in this title, open road means free from any hindrance and obstacles. It symbolizes freedom and opportunity. And song, you all know that it's a beautiful expression of your emotions. This is the great Walt Whitman. He was an American poet and journalist. He was the most influential American canon. He's a father of free verse. Free verse means poetry that does not rhyme or have regular rhythm. Such poetry is free from limitations of regular meter. जहाँ पे उनको राइमिंग स्कीम नहीं होती है, राइमिंग वर्ड्स भी नहीं होते, उनको फ्री वर्स कहा जाता है. Actually, this poem is taken from Leaves of Grass. Now, Leaves of Grass is a collection of a poem written by Walt Whitman. अब Leaves of Grass की इंस्पिरेशन क्या है वॉल्ट विटमन को? वॉल्ट विटमन राल्फ वॉल्डो एमरसन से ज़्यादा प्रभावित थे. उन्होंने एक आर्टिकल लिखा था, राल्फ वॉल्डो एमरसन ने. उस आर्टिकल का नाम था द पोएट और उन्होंने उसमें लिखा था कि वो ऐसे कवि की तलाश में हैं जो अमेरिका के बारे में अच्छा और बुरा लिख पाए. और फिर वॉल्ट विटमन ने उनको जवाब दिया एंड ही हैज़ रिटन दिस लीव्स ऑफ ग्रास. ये बहुत बड़ा कलेक्शन है पोइट्री का. उसमें से सिर्फ सॉन्ग ऑफ ओपन रोड हम सीखने जा रहे हैं. 4 स्टैंजा की वो पोएम है. व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट वॉल्ट विटमन वी कैन नॉट फॉरगेट दिस पोएम, ओ कैप्टन माय कैप्टन. इट इज रिगार्डेड a widely popular poem written on a death of Abraham Lincoln. ये एक एलिजी है, एक शोक गीत है, एक मॉर्निंग पोएम है. अगर आप वॉल्ट विटमन के पोएम्स के बारे में देखेंगे तो उन्होंने डेमोक्रेसी और फ्रीडम के बारे में बहुत ज़्यादा लिखा है. ही इज़ अ स्ट्रॉन्ग बिलीवर ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी. अब ये तो था इंट्रोडक्टरी पार्ट ऑफ द पोएम. अब थोड़ा सा पोएम के बारे में जानते हैं कि व्हाई ही हैज़ रिटन दिस पोएम. Of course, this is the open road that he is talking about. The poem is a beautiful blend of self-awareness, free will, and tenderness of heart. The poet wants you to go on journey which is free, away from domestic limitations. एक घर गृहस्थी को छोड़ के वो एक ऐसे जर्नी को जाने के लिए कहते हैं जहाँ पे कोई अटैचमेंट नहीं है. सब कुछ पीछे छोड़ के आगे बढ़ते रहने के लिए हमको यहाँ पोएट प्रेरित करते हैं. When you start something new, you are going to face many challenges. Of course, beside that, you should not stop walking. वो हमको चलते रहने के लिए प्रेरित करते हैं. It gives us the sense of togetherness also. Whether you are rich, you are poor, you are all the same while you are walking on the road. वो बहुत खिलाफ है एक जगह रुकने के, बिकॉज द रोड इटसेल्फ सिग्निफाइज मोबिलिटी. हमेशा चलते रहने के लिए वो अगेन प्रेरित करते हैं. अगर एक जगह की मेहमान नवाजी आपको पसंद भी आई तो फिर भी रुकना मना है. You should be walking until you reach the destination. I hope you got the basic idea of the poem. Let's deal with the poem itself, line by line. The Song of the Open Road by Walt Whitman. The first stanza. When you look at the poem, there is no rhyme scheme. It means it is written in a free verse, and there is use of first person also. Here, the poet himself is having conversation with the readers. Afoot and light-hearted, I trek to the open road. Healthy, free, the world before me. The long brown path before me, leading wherever I choose. Here, the poet is setting on a journey on a foot, and he is light-hearted. He is without worry. There are no promises, no burdens at all, and he is setting this journey on a foot. He is healthy and free from all the shackles. The never-ending road is calling him. He wants to take the charge of his journey, और वो चार्ज लेना चाहता है अपनी जर्नी का. He wants to control his whole journey, and he wants to go wherever the path is leading to. So this is what the first stanza. वो अकेले हैं, वो पैदल ही ये जर्नी कर रहे हैं, और वो बहुत हेल्दी फ्री महसूस कर रहे हैं, और वो खुद ही इस जर्नी को कंप्लीट करना चाहते हैं. He wants to take control of his journey. That's what the first stanza is all about. Very simple. Let's look at the second stanza. Henceforth I ask not fortune, I myself am a good fortune. Henceforth I whimper no more, postpone no more, need nothing. Done with the indoor complaints, libraries, querulous criticism, strong and content I travel the open road. Henceforth means from now on, I ask not good fortune, I myself am a good fortune. He doesn't want any good luck. When you see the first line, he says that he doesn't want any good luck. He considers himself as a good luck. He is the maker of his own good luck. From now on, he doesn't want to cry. Whimper means to cry. He doesn't want to postpone anything because he doesn't want anyone to be with him. तो वो अब रोना नहीं चाहते हैं, वो तारीख पे तारीख देना नहीं चाहते, वो बस उस रोड पे चलना चाहते हैं जब तक उनकी डेस्टिनेशन उनको नहीं मिलती है. एंड दिस लाइन डन विद इंडोर कंप्लेंट्स, लाइब्रेरीज, क्यूरलेस क्रिटिसिज्म. क्यूरलेस क्रिटिसिज्म यानी कि शिकायत करना, आलोचना करना. वो अब चार दीवारी में रहना नहीं चाहते. He doesn't want to be get walled inside. I mean he wants to be free. वो शिकायत और आलोचना से परे जाके चार दीवारी में बंद रहना नहीं चाहते, और वो खुल के जीना चाहते हैं. He doesn't want any attachment. In line 6, Whitman writes of querulous criticism, the use of alliteration. यहाँ पे अगर आप देखोगे तो क querulous criticism. There's a very beautiful use of alliteration here, and it emphasizes the carefree tone of the poet. Let's deal with the third stanza. In the third stanza, the earth that is sufficient, I do not want the constellations any nearer. I know they are very well where they are. I know they suffice for those who belong to them. He confesses that why does he want to be alone here? Because earth is enough for him. He wanted to go alone, and he confesses here that earth is enough for him. He doesn't want stars with him. Constellations means Tara Mandal, a group of stars, and doesn't want those stars. He is happy with the earth. He is happy with himself. He doesn't want to get help of stars, means other people. He just want to live this life alone. He would just want to have this journey alone, and he doesn't want to be with stars. It means that he wants to be alone. He wants to live down to earth life. और वो चाहते हैं, तारीफ भी करते हैं तारा मंडल की, बट वो फाइनली बोलते हैं कि मुझे मेरे हाल पे छोड़ दो. The last line is in strong contrast to the rest of the poem, where the speaker emphasizes his free will and independence. मतलब ये थोड़ा सा कॉन्ट्रास्ट यहाँ पे पोएट क्रिएट करते हैं. वो लिखते हैं डेमोक्रेसी के बारे में, वो लिखते हैं फ्रीडम के बारे में, बट यहाँ पे वो थोड़ा सा कॉन्ट्रास्ट लिखते हैं जहाँ पे वो बोलते हैं कि मैं अकेला ही मेरी जर्नी तय करना चाहता हूँ. तो दिस इज व्हाट द थर्ड स्टैंजा. The fourth stanza is quite interesting. As you can see, it is in parenthesis, this parenthesis, and it is a deliberate use of parenthesis. It is actually an afterthought that he throws in. He accepts the reality here. वो यहाँ पे अब लाइफ की रियलिटी को एक्सेप्ट करते हैं और वो यहाँ पे बोलते हैं, though he is carrying his own burdens, but he is enjoying that burden in the journey. Still I carry my old delicious burden. I carry them, men and women, I carry them with me wherever I go. He accepts the responsibility, he accepts all the burdens of the life. Wherever he goes, he knows that I have to carry my responsibility. I swear it is impossible for me to get rid of them. Yes, it is impossible to get rid of your own problems, your own issues. You have to, tackle them. You have to carry them with you. And finally he says, I am filled with them and I feel them in return. He says that he wants to enjoy all those burdens. He wants to convey all those people, all those men and women, that you have to carry all your responsibility, but enjoy them. Just don't go so deep into that, and try to enjoy your responsibility. That he says, the speaker is stating here that his burdens do not define him, rather he accepts them and carries them with him wherever he goes. I hope you got the first stanza also. Let's look at the summary of the open road. He's on his own in this journey. He wants to control every outcome of the journey. He chooses his own journey and wants to build his own good fortune. The earth is going to provide everything. I mean, he doesn't want anything extra from anyone. He doesn't want to take help of anyone, and he just wants to be alone, and earth is going to provide everything. And finally, he accepts that there are so many problems in our life. Nothing is gonna perfect. No one is gonna perfect in this life, and he accepts those challenges and carries the burden with joy. So that's it, my dear friends. This is about the poem. I hope all you understood it. If you want to listen to the song of Open Road, I am sharing this link with you. You can go to this link and listen to the song. If you like this video, then please do subscribe and hit the bell icon. If you have any queries, please comment below. Thank you. Happy learning.